Hey everyone. Um, my name is Rita Garrity. I'm Mo's wife, Professor Mo, and he asked me to do a video for you all. So I just want to talk about our nervous system a bit because it's really important to take care of our nervous system. It's as important to take care of our nervous system as it is to take care of our body. So our body gets us through the day to do the things we want, but our nervous system has an impact on the quality of our lives, right? If we're feeling stressed all the time, it's not good. And actually, just a little bit of maintenance can help it. I think we've kind of as a society, we think our nervous system will take care of itself, but given the way life is now with all this constant stimulation, we actually have to take some actions to help our nervous system. So I'm going to share my screen here. And yeah, we're going to talk about working with our nervous system. So in case you don't know, we have this brain that's kind of the top of our nervous system. And in the back part of it, there's a little part that's called the amygdala. And amygdala means almond, so it's two almond-shaped pieces. And what the amygdala does, excuse me, is it constantly scans our environment for any kind of dangers because nature knew that if we saw danger up ahead, we could avoid it, right? Or we could run from it, or we could get ready to fight it. So we have something called a negativity bias, and that means we're kind of prone to look for dangerous, scary things. It's just the way our nervous system works. So this amygdala is scanning the environment to see if it's dangerous or not dangerous, and it sends the information to our autonomic nervous system. So what our autonomic nervous system does, depending on the information, if there's no threat detected, if there's nothing to be worried about, our nervous system regulates, right? So, and they call it rest and digest. And so our heart rate and our breath slows, our blood vessels circulate blood to the entire body, our muscles relax, our pupils are open, our neck can move around, we can look, we feel, our temperature regulates. So basically, we're feeling calm. We can begin to fall asleep. We just feel okay, yeah? On the other hand, if the autonomic nervous system gets the information from the amygdala that there is a threat detected, like that spider, our nervous system activates because we want to be able, again, to fight it or flee from it, right? So what happens is our heart rate and our breath increases so that we can be able to fight or run. Our blood vessels adjust. So most of the blood goes away from the brain. That's why it's harder to think when you're stressed. Away from the stomach. That's why people have a lot of stomach issues when they're stressed a lot. And it goes to the extremities so that we can use it for our fighting or running, right? Our muscles tense, our pupils narrow, so we can focus on whatever the threat is, that little spider or that upcoming test or whatever. And we sweat, right? We get warm because our system is working hard. So that's called the sympathetic nervous system, right? The other one, the regulated one, is called the parasympathetic. So a normal system activation, and this is just kind of, like it's not a perfect graph here, but for the most part, if we're a healthy nervous system is always going up with a little bit of activation and then regulating and then activating and regulating depending on what goes on, so when you're sleeping, you're pretty regulated. You actually wake up and maybe you're a little bit late. You have to get on the bus or drive in the traffic. So you start to get a little activated. Your heart rate increases. But in that sense, it helps you, right? It helps you to do what is needed to get to work, to school, wherever you need to be. And then maybe you get some tasks done and you get back, you're having lunch. Now you can regulate again. And then maybe after lunch, there's an exam or a deadline at work or something. So now you're revved up a little. But then, that goes away. You get home, you settle down, you're starting to calm, right? So that's what's happening to our nervous system all day long, a healthy nervous system. And our nervous system is always trying to regulate. So that's the good news, because we can help it. Okay, but if we get too much stimulation, right? If it's an unregulated nervous system, what happens is it can stay up in the higher activation, the sympathetic nervous system, and that's where we're feeling stressed a lot. Or it can actually dip way down into the, the kind of the depression or something. So it gets stuck in one way or another. So say we wake up and we're commuting and we're stressed out, but then after that we wolf down our lunch because we got bad news on a text, and then now we got that exam, and then the traffic was really bad coming home, so we just drove through and ate something fast again, and then we're stressed out, so we want to kind of distract from that, so we doom scroll, and we never get a chance to actually regulate. Our system never is given the chance to regulate. And then, we try to go to sleep like that, and we wonder, why can't I fall asleep? Why is my mind rolling, 20 miles an hour? Because we've never given our nervous system a chance to regulate, right? And remember, to turn on the sympathetic nervous system, the activation, it's so fast. It happens really fast. But to turn on the parasympathetic, it actually has to kind of power down, or so it takes longer. It's not, like we see that spider, we jump fast, right? And that's the way nature made it, so we can protect ourselves. But if we want to calm down, we can't just sit down and say, okay, be calm. Right? It takes time to come down. So we actually have to allow for that to happen. And what are some of the things that our amygdala sees as threat? Because it's not just spiders. It's things that happen to us every day. So like someone's mad at you, or you can't pay bills, or you forgot your homework, or you're late for work, or any emotion like loneliness, bored. It can feel kind of activating. I don't like feeling bored or sad. Maybe you have an animal or a family member that's sick or stressed. You missed an appointment. You have your own health issues. There's traffic. So all these things, what I'm trying to point to, are activating in the daytime. So we want to keep track, because if we have too many all at the same time, our nervous system stays in high activation. So we need to give ourselves during the day many times to help, time for our system to regulate itself. It needs help. So here's some things we can do, right? And you want to take time every day. Whatever works for you, let it be, kind of an inquiry, a personal exploration of what really does calm your nervous system. Try things. If they don't work, move to something else. So some things here, like movement, any kind of exercise, movement, and not the kind of exercise that's like, although it can be regulating, but not competitive sports, because those add some stress to it while you're regulating. I'm talking about maybe yoga or walking, or some kind of movement that is relaxing. And then we can do mindfulness with some practices. You can learn what mindfulness is, right? And all of this is kind of mindfulness, because mindfulness is just really paying attention to what's going on now. So if you're stressed now and you notice that, then let's switch to some regulating activities. Sending good wishes. So that's where you actually think of someone you really care about, get them in your mind, see their faces, see them smiling, and actually say, may you be happy. May you get that job. May you pass that test, you know. May you feel peace, right? And actually taking 5 minutes to do that is regulating. It tends to help you feel better. Breath work, so like breathing in deep and blowing out a long exhale, maybe doing that 2 or 3 times, really the quickest way to regulate that nervous system. I promise you. Let the exhale be really long and really notice your breath coming in and going out. You can do little massages, you know, massaging your hands or your neck, you know, maybe little stretches, that kind of thing. Take the time, you know, to really feel into your body while you're doing this stuff, so that it kind of takes your mind away from the thoughts and the stimulations and brings it more in the present moment and the body. Soaking in the good, we call it. And if we had a series of classes, we'd do that specifically. But what that is just noticing what's going well. So maybe it's a nice day. Maybe, you know, you woke up and the sun was shining. It feels real good. Or the traffic, there was no traffic today or something, and just really taking a moment to kind of notice that. And along with that, you can add the gratitude, like, I'm so grateful that this turned out right for me, and or I'm grateful for the people that I have in my life, or I'm grateful, you know. So gratitude goes along with knowing what's going well. A body scan, which is another thing we would have done if we had the series, and it's just basically kind of scanning your body. You know, you could start with the top of your head or the bottom of your feet and just noticing the sensations, you know, and then moving up to the ankles, notice any sensations. Moving to the calves, notice any sensations. And so that again slows you down, so your mind is not so much in the stimulation, takes your attention away from that. Okay, being in nature is helpful. If you have any nature, even gardening in your backyard or petting your animal. Animal is nature, right? And then, of course, being with family and friends. But on all these exercises, what's important is to notice. Notice what you're doing, because sometimes our mind is so distracted with thoughts and things to do and stuff that we forget. Oh, this is good. I'm actually sitting on this chair. Literally taking 1 minute, like say you're at a stoplight. You drive and you're at a stoplight, and you just, for the minute, you take a deep breath, and you just notice the sensation of your butt on that chair. That slows your nervous system down. It like ticks it down. And the more you let it tick down, then when it revs up, it can't rev as high, right? Because you've ticked it down some, sort of like putting on the brakes every time. Yeah, but just slowing it down. So I really encourage you to try any of these things. Let me stop sharing here. Okay, so I would like to do a little practice with you. Let's see. Okay, so just about 5 minutes, okay? And anything I ask you to do that doesn't feel good in your body, don't do it. Mindfulness is about paying attention and noticing what's good for your body and taking care of your body, okay? Okay, so I'll invite you. Everything's an invitation, but if something feels better to you, you do that. So I invite you just to kind of get in a comfortable position, whether it's sitting or lying, or doesn't have to be anything special. But just, you know, adjust yourself so you feel a little comfortable. Yeah. Now I just took a deep breath because I'm kind of trained to do that every time I start. So if you'd like to do that, let's do that together. Let that exhale go slow. And just kind of noticing like what is going on in your body, Maybe you're feeling a little cold, a little tired. Maybe it's time to get up from the homework and take a little walk or look out the window or do a stretch. Yeah, just noticing what your body is saying, allowing it to be, maybe kind of tiny scan, noticing your head and your face, any sensations jumping out at you. And we're not going to stop anything, right? We're just noticing this moment. It could be a great moment. It could be kind of a rotten moment. You could be sad. But you know what? We're just here right now. You could be angry. You could be tired. You could be worried. Just letting whatever is be right now. Feeling into your torso and arms. Are there any sensations popping out at you? And then coming down to your legs and your feet. And just see what you're noticing. Yeah, pleasant, unpleasant, neutral. You might be having thoughts, some sensation in your body could set off a thought like, oh yeah, my neck hurts, I should have done my physical therapy exercises, or, whatever. But this is all that's happening right now is really okay. Just allowing it to be just as it is, without trying to change it, without putting effort into being different. It's just, right now it's like this. Mo likes saying that. He actually has a shirt that says, right now it's like this. And that's all we're doing. We're just trying to know, what is it like? And let that be there. And now for the last few minutes, just you can put your hand on your heart if you like, and one on your belly or not. Sometimes people put a hand on their head and on their forehead. You can see if that feels good. It just might, or on the back of your head and your forehead. Yeah, again, noticing what feels good to you. So I'm just going to put mine on my heart and my belly, because that feels good. And just sort of saying to myself, may I find ease. May I be safe. May I be healthy. May I find ease. And just noticing, sending those wishes truly. May you find the ease. May you be healthy and happy. May I find ease. Okay, so now just beginning to come back. You can wiggle your toes or rotate your shoulders or stretch, allowing yourself to come back. Yeah, open your eyes when you're ready and look around the room. That's also regulating, believe it or not, because in the nervous system, it's all about the nervous system, kind of gets a sense of where it is, right? Just allowing that, and then come back to the screen when you're ready. And I would like to thank you for joining me. I hope it was helpful. Yeah, and please, I invite you to take a couple of times a day to do something for your nervous system. It doesn't have to be 1,000,000 hours or, just really 3 times a day at a stoplight, taking a deep breath and noticing your butt. Really, it makes a difference. Or just, taking a few minutes to massage, just to really check in with your hands. send them love and thank you for doing all the work, changes the physiology, changes the nervous system, creates resilience, okay? And you get stronger. Actually, your mind, your brain wires to do this easier and it comes to you faster so that when you're in real stress time, you can like do some things and bring yourself back quicker, okay? Okay, folks, have a good week and thank you for listening. Bye-bye.